Right, so we have a mutant rushing at us. Again, we're seeing the lovely colour scheme in full effect. Shout for trash, start running, prepare to fight. Fighting's a terrible idea. I think running's the best idea here. You turn to run, but he's too fast. The mutant crashes into you. You fall backwards onto the broken asphalt. He perches above and snaps at you like a wild animal, like a hungry animal. You have your hands under his chin, pushing his head away. He uses his own hands not to hold you down, but to claw at you instead. His movements are aggressive but clumsy, and spittle flies from his mouth as he struggles to bring his teeth closer. Ooh, that's not very nice. Bang! The mutant goes still at the gunshot, then leaps at his feet and starts charging at Trash! Trash fires again, putting a bullet into the mutant's shoulder. It barely slows the creature down. To be fair, he probably... yeah, he's probably done this before. Let's face it. It collides with Trash and sends... Oh, apparently not. And sends him flying backwards, and just like it did to you, the gun goes flying, clattering across the ground and landing by your feet. As Trash wrestles with the mutant, you pick up the gun. You see Trash reach out blindly and grab a slab of broken concrete in his hand. He smashes it into the side of the mutant's head, then pushes himself backwards on the ground, eyes darting around in search of another weapon. In mere seconds, the mutant is no longer dazed and staring at Trash with intent, ravenous eyes. You feel the gun heavy in your hands. Shoot, slide it. Where am I getting by trying to slide it? I have to shoot. It would be silly not to. There's no time. You take aim and shoot. By some miracle, the bullet hits. The mutant jerks back as blood starts spraying from his neck. Spasms run through his body as he falls onto his side, convulsing on the ground. Trash wastes no time. In an instant, he is on his feet. He raises his foot, ready to bring his heavy boot down on the man's head, but the spasms finally stop and it is no longer necessary. The thing is dead. The gun drops to the ground. Adrenaline courses through you, but the euphoria at having survived isn't enough to stop the shakes racking around your body. Hey, David. You can hear Trash's voice, but it sounds so far away. David, listen to me. You okay? You stare at the dead body bleeding out onto the asphalt. I'm fine, say nothing. Well, I'm fine is such a woman answer. It's what you get from like any girl in college. Hey, how are you? I'm fine. You know what I mean? Say nothing. I'm fine. I'm fine. The words taste like lies, but that's a dead man right in front of you. He was alive and now he's dead. Yeah, mutant. We've already done this. Self-protection as well. It's not like you planned this out. Whatever. Quick thought. Did think it throughout that, but wanted to wait until saying anything. Why aren't more mutants here if they see their own kind dead? Why is there only one person here? Because I'm assuming there's a lot of them. There are just like 20. Whatever. David, look at me. Oh, when did Trash get so close? He cups your face in his hands and looks unflinching into your eyes. You can't stop yourself. Am I going to cry? I killed him. It, not him, not a person, a monster. You saved my life. David, you saved me, thank you. You stare back into Trash's eyes, soaking up the truth in them, until he eventually pulls away, slipping the gun back into his jeans, hoisting his backpack onto his shoulders. Oh, whatever. It just looks awkward because I was expecting it to say backpack. He holds out an arm in invitation. Come on. You resecure your own backpack and nod once. Let's go home. With that, Trash turns and starts walking. So, we didn't get much done. It's the message of the day. You walk beside him. The transitions in this game are too slow. They always take a good 4 or 5 seconds and I'm wondering, do I not? Whatever. I'm amazed more mutants don't try and just charge this place, but whatever. It's a long, silent walk. By the time you make it back to the shack, you're completely spent. Ew. Your steps slow and heavy. You can't get it out of your head, the weight of that gun in your hand, that creature's dead, staring eyes. In death, those eyes had looked so human. The enticing image of Trash's semi-soft bed emerges to join those thoughts, and right now you can think of no greater luxury than to just sink down into it and go to sleep. Trash starts to push at the door. Hey, he stops with the door barely open. Are you Forget it. Let's just get inside and kick off our... Motherfucker. That sentence went to a weird place. Ha ha! Trash doesn't crack a smile. In fact, he doesn't seem to hear you at all. His gaze is fixed hard on the door. Or just past the door inside the shack. Drawing his gun, he slips inside, and as you follow, you realise what caught his attention. It's a total mess, meaning more of a mess than usual. Piles of equipment and collected miscellanea have been toppled and lie in even more untidy heaps than before. One of the topmost boxes of food has fallen and the cans litter the floor. Well, they're empty. But the shack is small, with only one corner that could potentially hide an intruder, so it doesn't take long for Trash's aggressive expression to shift to one pure confusion. Were we robbed? Another survivor. I like that one more. It's not implying anything else. Not possible, not even a little bit. Trash shakes his head, incredulous. This doesn't make any sense. It doesn't even look like anything's missing. Someone just went fucking nuts in here. A mutant could have got in, but it wouldn't have closed the door behind it, and it wouldn't have left off before it ate all my food. He bends down and starts picking at the spilled cans. These ain't even been mauled at. You crouch down and start helping him put everything back in its box. A nasty shock awaits under the can of pineapple slices. As you distractedly reach for the next item instead of metal, your fingers wrap around something softer, something with fur, something that used to be alive. You look down at the dead rat in your hand. Scream and throw it, drop it, and scramble back. Huh. Okay, so we're supposed to be shocked, and then suddenly it cuts to this music. Inappropriate, or whatever. Huh? Hey Trash, look at this. What is it? He stops what he's doing and turns to look at you and finds a dead rat being held under the nose. Ah! He knocks it out of your hand and he flails, falling backwards in an undignified surprise. What's wrong with you, you psycho? Don't just wave dead animals in front of a guy's face. Jeez, give it here. Trash takes the rat by the tail and inspects it with critical eyes. Flat as a flat thing. Pancake. Huh? Flat as a pancake. What's a pancake? Tell me later, I'm having another moment of genius here. I think this poor guy came in here to tear the place apart looking for food. Then he found it, and then death by delicious avalanche. Can you please put it down now? The poor thing. Put it down now. Jealous? You want to hold him? No, thank you. Well, if you're sure. Okay, little buddy, I know just what to do with you. Trash takes the body outside, presumably to dispose it away from the shack. But when minutes tick by and he doesn't return, you find yourself drawn outside after him. Is he cooking it? There's a small fire pit not far from the front door. I think I'm right, you know, with a spit braced over it. You'd seen before and idly wondered just what kind of food Trash would even be roasting on it. Well, now you know. The fire pit is soft. That's all kinds of black plague and stuff which kills us. That's a shocking idea. Trash crouches beside it, knife in hand, in the middle of field dressing the rat. You're cooking it? He throws a smile over his shoulder. Hey, lady's choice, head or ass. What if it's diseased? Psh, you worry too much. Yeah, I'm not biting into this. Come on, I'll give you the ass. Of course, the ass tastes like ass. And the head tastes like ass. Hey, that was going to be my joke. Yeah, I saw where he's going with that. Look, fresh meat ain't something you can't buy every day. So butch up and come join my little barbecue. So, the whole of humanity's been destroyed and killed. Rats are fine, though. These stories where not everyone is as dead as you think they are normally start to crumble once you realise that an animal is still alive. Whatever. You feel the hunger rumbling in your belly and watch Trash work the rat over with his knife, preparing it for the fire. Can you do this? I'll just have a can of something, 'cause it's diseased. Something like disappointment flits across Trash's face before he shrugs and turns away. Sure, fine, you know where they are. Let's eat out here today, yeah? Go wash up and I'll finish up here. Yeah, okay. You're eating outside in the boiling, roasting heat. I'm amazed we don't have sunburn. Sometime later, you're both sitting on opposite sides of the fire pit. Trash's goggles rest on the ground beside him. You scoop pieces of fruit out of a can, watching him through narrow eyes. You feel very good about your decision to stick to the canned food. Yes, that's because it's the right one. He, on the other hand, seems quite happy to eat the rat meat right off the bone, like it's some kind of treat. Shame it wasn't bigger. It seemed pretty big to me, biggest rat I've ever seen anyway. What? Nah, it was practically a baby. Sometimes, if you're lucky, you can get rats the size of... You choose not to dwell on if you're lucky parts, and watch him try to come up with a comparison. Giving up, he says, well, like this big. Placing his dinner on his lap, he gestures with his hands. No, he doesn't. The size of a chihuahua? A what? Stop doing that, you'd... 36 years. He's not going to know what anything is at this point. Just stop. Chihuahua is a small dog. A what? Say it again. Chihuahua. Chihuahua. Yeah, that's how it's pronounced. You're shitting me. It's also a place. Nice try, babe. I'm on to you. You eat together in... Oh, fuck, I said babe. I failed, you smiters. You eat together in silence for a while. After you're finishing up the last of the food, you recall Trash's panic when he first saw the rat. You can't help but start snickering to yourself. What? It was so funny you said ick. I figured Apocalypse Man would be more manly. Say that. Hey, I'm manly as fuck, thank you very much. And you? Understanding dawns on his face, and he draws his lips into what can only be called a pout. Oh, I see. I'm getting picked on. I'm getting bullied by my own guest. Anyway, you're the little psycho going shoving dead animals in people's faces. I don't know how you sleep at night. Hey, fuck you. He grins and you find yourself grinning back. It feels good to share a joke after everything that's happened. Jeez, feel free to stop laughing at me anytime now. By the time dinner is over, you feel full, sleepy, and strangely peaceful. You're going to sleep well tonight, you just know it, unless you get interrupted. Or do we just sleep fine? Flashback. You remember walking home through the park. Your phone started to ring. It was an unknown number. You remember a white so blinding it burned. Cold tile, blistering air, and every part of you felt like it was on fire. Where am I? Where am I? Where am I? With a jolt, you are awake. Yeah, I didn't think I'd sleep well. The shack is dark, pale moonlight, barely peeking through the various holes and cracks in the walls. Oh, must have been some dream to get you breathing that hard. Trash's voice is soft, yet somehow unbearably sharp as it cuts through the silence of the room. Now, the question is, was it a bad dream or a very, very good dream? Bad. Tell me the truth. Bad. The shudder rips through you. Wow, so yeah, definitely bad then. Your eyes have adjusted enough to see him now, sitting at the large table, illuminated by the faint yellow light in the ancient flashlight. There's still sun reflected on the floor and other things like here and here and here and here. Do you know what this is, Smiters? It's another dark filter over a light day. I'm not going to stop pointing it out because it's absurd that it still happens. The flashlight's beam is pointed directly at a pile of tools and scrap and a very familiar looking device. A CD player? Huh? Listen, are you okay? Were you dreaming about before? Before? Oh, well, it did almost feel like a memory. Jeez, how many times do I have to tell you there's no reason to let the guilt eat away at you? Oh, he means what happened at the factory. The mutant. That's not it. Okay then. Do you want to talk about it? You really, really don't. Or maybe it's more that you can't. Hey, do you know what this is? Trash picks up the CD player and brings it over, sitting cross-legged on the roll of blankets beside the bed that makes up his sleeping place. Oh, so much for trying to sleep tonight. Well, this morning, because it's still light outside, he puts the broken scrap into his lap. I've been working on this baby for the longest time and I just can't get it to do anything. It's heavily damaged by time and environment, but held together by a massive mismatched plastic and duct tape, it doesn't look like it could possibly work. Well, it's a CD player. Oh, right, okay. You wouldn't happen to know what it does, would you? It plays CDs, it makes toast. It plays CDs. It doesn't know what it is. Okay, one more question, and you can probably guess what it's going to be. What's a CD? The conversation trails off awkwardly. Sorry, man, keeping you up like this. He scratches his nose, looking away in obvious discomfort. We should both be getting some sleep, huh? Yes, we should. Putting the broken CD player aside, Trash settles down on his bedroll. You lie down as well. It's an odd feeling, sleeping side by side, but on different levels. You can hear the soft sound of his breathing gradually deepening as he drifts closer and closer to sleep. It's really strange. It takes a moment to realise that it was you who just broke the silence. You hadn't even known that you wanted to speak before the words were out of your mouth. Trash rolls over, resting on one elbow and looking up at you with gentle eyes. What do you mean? Gentle eyes? He looks like he's on heroin. Well, you take a deep breath. 1 minute I'm just a normal person living in the normal world. Trash snorts. The normal world, and then everything gets really fuzzy. And then I'm here, in this place, in some stranger's hut. Naked. Narrow your eyes. Yes, thank you, naked. Can't forget that detail. Oh, you certainly can't see too, pervert. Give me a break. Only naked woman I ever seen before was in one of Billy's old magazines. Not going to ask what that is. Don't look at me like that. Wasn't I a perfect gentleman? You decided to let that one pass. No, you weren't. You've pointed a gun at my head. The shack is quiet once again. You lie on your back and listen to Trash once again falling asleep. Who's Billy? Hey, you really ain't beating yourself up, are you? He's talking about what happened at the factory again. I'm fine, really, because I am. I couldn't care less. Really? Yeah, truly. Okay, good, because I've been meaning to tell you something. Silence follows. You hear him draw in a long breath. I could end the episode here, but I'm not going to. I'm not that cruel. You can't be weak out here. Oh, for fuck's sake. I didn't end the episode for that. What an anticlimax.